Hey, thanks for listening to another vlog. This one's going out to as a video response to someone named the Freaky Chakra. The Freaky Chakra is having some issues with the equal money system, and it appears he has some questions about the fairness of it. He bases these critiques upon some premises that he has. The first one that I'd like to talk about is that he asks or points out someone with a valuable education who works hard for 6 years or whatever and gets a degree, he should be able to get more and be paid more than somebody flipping a burger at McDonald's. I mean, there's something wrong with the educational system as it is right now. He says that equal money would destroy the educational system, but the educational system is destroying people by saddling them with a massive amount of debt. I mean, these guys can't get jobs, and they end up flipping burgers for McDonald's anyway. Because, you know, that's how the system has exploited the desire for higher education. I mean, it's quite an elitist attitude to insist, by virtue of somehow being able to acquire the necessary education, to be paid more than someone else. I mean, it's like a demand. It's like, I studied, I should get more than a guy who's sitting around doing nothing. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that you can't apply it in those terms because you're dealing with an unequal money system that precludes most people from being able to have a decent education in the first place. I mean, I've seen this in a lot of people, in a lot of comments, that there's this fear that equal money will support and protect lazy people. I mean, that's just spitefulness. I mean, that's just saying, I'm going to work hard, and if I see somebody who's not working hard, they should be put in jail or something. You know, it's really funny. It's like you're like scanning the countryside to see who's not pulling their weight, and if they're not pulling their weight, they must be punished, or they must get less. You have to worry about what somebody else is doing. Your whole scene is dependent on how others are living their lives. I worked hard through college, and there's people on welfare. I mean, I deserve to get more than them because, you know, they don't have the same drive and determination that I do. They must be punished. They must get nothing. It's part of that whole neoliberal attitude of equality, which is you work hard, you get a big return. You work, but it's not really the same thing, because you can work hard at a shitty job and not get a return. You could work hard in a child labor camp in China making underwear and not get a return. You know, have you ever thought of that Freaky Chakra? I mean, there are people, millions of people in the world working really hard and getting shit in return because they've been exploited by their government and by corporations. So you can, you know, run down to Target and buy a nice pillow set, you know? Why aren't you worried about the suffering people go through because of their disadvantages that they were born into? You're more worried about yourself and what you're going to make out of your life and compare that to what others are doing. You don't understand that people do not have the same chance in life. For every person who is able to go to college, there are millions and millions of others who don't go. They can't go because they got a crap education. It's not their fault. You know, it's part of the environment they grew up in. So, somebody could work hard at McDonald's. If they make you a decent burger, you should get some value out of that, but you shouldn't think that you're worth more than they are. Understanding of equal money is that it removes a lot of the advantages that a few people have over the rest. I mean, these advantages were built in, institutionalized, justified, and enforced. So you can have a good education on the backs of everybody else. You can't ever hope to get one because it's already too late for them. Their lives are already mapped out. They will live and die in their own social class and never be able to get anything more because there's no more left for them. All right? There are too many people who don't have enough. That's why the equal money system is going to be put in place, and we'll put it up to a democratic vote. Let's see who votes for equal money. Let's see who votes for equal chance. Because there's no equality now. There's no equality in opportunity. There's no equality in education. There's no equality in social classes. If you are born in a lower social class, you have to work 10 times harder than someone who are born at the top. I mean, if you can afford to go to college, go for it. Take advantage of it. But don't go and think you're superior than others who haven't been able to go, who haven't had the same chance that you had. It does not mean you're better than them. It only means you think you're better than they are. And it makes another point. Why should he have to pay? Why should he work hard and have to pay for other people who are just sitting around doing nothing? Number one, the equal money system just takes care of your basic survival needs, including education. So people who want to sit around and do nothing, they can do that. There's nothing wrong with that, but if they don't want to educate themselves, fine, they don't have to. They can just live off the equal money revenue stream that'll take care of their personal needs. But what will happen eventually is they will see other people taking advantage of the luxury stream, which they will be able to get things that other people would like. I mean, the equal money has a two revenue stream system built in. One revenue stream takes care of all your needs, survival needs, education, healthcare, shelter, energy. The second stream is what we would call the luxury stream. This would be available for people who want to put their passion or their desires into creating something that will benefit others. They would get money for that, and they could buy, luxury items like additions to their houses, whatever, cars, whatever they would like, So it's not like somebody's paying for somebody else's, it's not like somebody working really hard, like the worker ant working really hard, and then his cousin, the lazy ant, is just sitting around and benefiting by doing nothing. Another aspect to the equal money system you might not understand, the Freaky Chakra, is that there is there's no spite involved in the system. I mean, if somebody doesn't want to work, they don't have to work. At the same time, there will be a 4-year conscription for public service for 4 years. Everybody will have to go through that. just to keep everything running. That would be like, trash disposal, the crap jobs nobody really wants to do. But for the best, for the good of the community, people can do that for 4 years, and then they're free to do whatever they want the rest of their lives. Now, it's not, the whole idea of a doctor should be getting paid more than a ditch digger by virtue of their higher and more valuable education, that sentiment comes from the American trait of exceptionalism, which says that there are only a few exceptional people in the world that can direct and maintain these systems. So we must pay them a lot more money than the others who can't do it because they're just stupid and, they're just there for people to direct and control. And that's a part of the elitism that has crept into the American psyche, and in particular, and justifies suffering and exploitation as a good thing. There isn't any critique about the equal money system that I have heard so far that would render the equal money system as something unworkable or unfeasible or undesirable. The critics against equal money always come from a point of fearing that they will get less than what they have now. And some will get less because they've got too much. And there is enough resources to go around. We just have to get rid of the institutionalized, created scarcity that exists in the world today through the current economic system, which rewards and justifies and promotes attitudes that say it's okay for some people to make a great life for themselves and everybody else to just make do with what they have. Equal money system is going to clear the deck, and it's going to be a restart, and over time it will be the most effective way of living that human beings have ever been able to accomplish. All right, that's all. Visit my blog, darrylthomas.wordpress.com.